Hey guys, what's going on? I am back with a updated video. There were a couple things wrong with the last one, a couple things have changed, and I wanted to get those addressed and fixed while I could. So I am back to show you the things that have changed and what you need to do if you're following along. So the talent tree is basically stayed the same. I've changed a couple ultimates and inscribe points, but that's about it. So Shadow Swordsman is this game's basically rogue equivalent of normal MMOs. There are two specs. There is the Cunning and the Duel spec. Cunning is more like an assassination rogue. Its damage is more consistent, less bursty, and better for PvP. Duel has much higher burst. It is like the sub-rogue, way more control, and this is what I'm currently running. The mechanic for the Duel spec is the Roulette Showdown wheel. It's this little wheel down here you see with the sword on it. Whenever the point is red, it counts as a weakness point. If you have a weakness point, your next ability will be empowered and do more damage, and you can rotate the wheel by every time you use an ability. Like here, you use any ability and it will just continually move the wheel up one until you get to the red point, and then you'll empower. So this spec I am using, I am going with the Spectral Slash build. It's a little bit off of the recommended. Stop attacking there. So we take 3 points into Assault Plus. This is your filler ability. You'll be using this outside of your burst window and whenever your stuff's on cooldown. We take 3 points into Gift of Opportunity. This makes your Assault reduce the cooldown of your Furious Attack or your number 3. We take 3 points into Furious Attack Plus to make Furious Attack deal 15% more damage, and it also returns 3-second cooldown whenever you hit a non-weakness. So if you happen to mess up or you're trying to save your weakness points for your Spectral Slash, you can use your Furious Attack to hit it off of weakness points outside of your burst window to get like a lower cooldown to spam it more. We take 1 point in Spectral Slash to change our Swift Strike into Spectral Slash. We take 3 points in Pursuit. This makes you deal 45% more damage to targets below 25% AP. This is your Execute. We take 3 points in Weakness Mark. This makes it to where your Spectral Slash will add a weakness point to any gray spot on the wheel. So like if we come up here, our sword's pointing here, we'll use Spectral Slash and it'll turn red. And now that'll stay red for a while or until the next time we get by the wheel, where you can use either Furious Attack or Spectral Slash on it again. If you use Spectral Slash on it again, it will stay red. I'll show you here real quick. And then, boom. So it removed it and re-added it. Okay, so after that, we go down here to Blade Shift. Frenzy Throw makes your next Spectral Slash deal 150% more damage, and you can teleport to an enemy. This is how you're sticking to targets and how you are executing with like a crazy 30k crit. Then we take 3 points in Zealous Pursuit. While Frenzy Throw is active, your Furious Attack does 15% more damage. Spectral Slash 3, this makes your Spectral Slash do 120% more base damage. Once it's cast, for the next 8 seconds, you get move speed by 15% and haste by 10. This allows you to stick to targets way easier, and if they aren't running the move speed whenever you get hit military passive, you can stick to mostly everybody pretty easily. Then 2 points in Frenzy Throw Plus, this makes your Frenzy Throw last 2 seconds longer, and shortens the cooldown by 12 seconds. So it shortens your cooldown to like a minute window. We take 2 points in Well Prepared. This makes your Thirst Battle make your next ability you cast more likely to crit. So I use this in conjunction with the Spectral Slash steroid to make that 150% bonus damage do even more. And then 2 points in Thirst Battle Plus. This makes it to where you deal 9% more damage and you get 10% more haste. So you'll have 20% haste after your Spectral Slash ends go into effect. And then for the last 2 points, it's kind of up to you, but I like running the weakness effect because this gives us 10% more damage with Spectral Slash and 10% more whenever it hits on a weakness. And I feel that damage just by itself is more useful than putting it into, like, say, the 2% crit or the evade. And it also has this benefit of 6%. There's a chance to not remove a weakness point. It's not that big, but there's a chance for you to like RNG some more damage. Okay, so now ultimates. The ultimate that I changed, I was running quick step. This was basically a root for 2.5 seconds and allowed you to teleport to the target like shadow step. I have switched that with trembling strike because this interrupts spellcasting and paralyzes the target or silences them for 4 seconds. This is insane on your opening target because you can open with this and they won't be able to like use an ultimate to defensively blink away or stun you off or stuff like that. So the ultimates that I run now are Crippling Strike, Trembling Strike, and Shadow Step. Crippling Strike is just the 60% decelerate and heal reduction. It's a 7-second cooldown, or 7-second duration at level 2. It's kind of insane. If they don't cleanse it, you have like your full burst window to do damage while they're debuffed. So what I will like to do is I'll open from my stealth to stun them. I will Trembling Strike them to make sure they don't get away, and then I'll Crippling Strike before my Spectral Slash. The stealth, if you aren't a rogue that particularly likes using stealth, you could also run Smoke Bomb. If you're running into a lot of double melees, Smoke Bomb is really good. It makes it to where it boosts your dodge rate by 20%, and it inflicts a 50% decelerate in the zone, and the PvP effect is you deal 10% more damage. At level 2, you'll do 20. So I'd say this is a good alternative to stealth if you don't want to run. For passives, I am running the Slow Suppression to get the 20% damage to decelerated targets, and then the double damage reduction decelerated and stunned. It says dazed, but it means stunned. Okay, so Inscribed Tree. My Inscribed Tree is basically the recommended with the couple things it'll put like here and here taken out to get more points in Omni and Crit. I have a 3-node buffing Strive right now. I need to get a different one to replace this, but for now I have put 3 points into these because they are getting buffed by the emblem for the moment. But to do your Inscribed Tree, you basically hit recommended and then take Omni nodes and Crit nodes. If you would like, you can put in some cooldown nodes. See how I'm... A lot of people will either be at 9% or at 10% basically, depending on if you rolled a bunch of cooldown or a bunch of Omni on your raid gear. I got a mix of both, so for now I am going Omni, and the 1 second off of Frenzy Throw isn't worth sacrificing the more damage you get with Omni to shorten your window from 55 to 54 seconds. So that's personally what I would do, is focus solely on Omni, and maybe have a little bit of cooldown to make sure that this stays under 60, but that's about as far as I would go. For emblems, I am running Overload, Strive, Sprawl, Intertwined Fates, and Out of Control. These are the ones that I personally like. I know you could run the High Energy Potion for potion ability every 30 seconds, stuff like that, or Warlike Surge, leave here. This increases your focus, which will increase your armor pin. This is something I'm still playing around, but for right now, this is the build setup that I enjoy personally. If anything, I might change the Sprawl into Warlike Surge. So if you're looking to do something a little different, that's where I would start. Okay, that's pretty much it, I believe. For gear, right now, everybody's kind of just taking what they can get with the weekly lockouts and the shortage of emblems from the Destiny shop. But for now, I only have the 3 set of the Duel. I am trying to stack Omni, and then focus on the pieces that cannot roll Omni or cooldown. You don't want any hit, because hit is the PvE stat. If you can have hit or focus, you want to choose focus every time. So for how you execute the combo, it is basically 5 abilities, 5 or 6. You will want to come in with stealth. You'll start with stealth. You'll assault to stun, or you can frenzy throw. Then you'll frenzy throw, furious attack, thirst for battle, spectral slash, spectral slash. That's basically it. Whenever you get that down, get used to trembling striking after your frenzy throw to silence them. So you'll come in, stun, frenzy throw, trembling strike, thirst, then Spectral. You'll have 2 charges. I didn't escape battle fully that time, so I only had 1. But that is basically it, and if you time your Thirst battle, you can guarantee your Spectral will crit every time. So Furious, Thirst, Spectral, right there. 17k-ish with the Furious and the Spectral. But that is pretty much it for the PvP rotation. I can go ahead and show you guys what I'm running for PvE, because it's basically the same thing. I know a lot of rogues are running Cunning because it's more easily sustained DPS, but I like the burst. For a lot of raids, a lot of groups have trouble with the ad phase or swapping to ads, and if you can help your group get through that ad phase quicker, they can just get through the boss quicker, it seems like most of the time. Like with the Synthesis Doctor, the Chimeras. If the group doesn't kill the red or the blue or the green Chimera fast enough, you're going to wipe every time. So this is... I like to think of this role as like a buffer for people who have trouble with mechanics or remembering where they need to go for mechanics. You're providing a little extra time by bursting that ad down for them to think about where they need to do, what they need to do or where they need to be. But the combo is basically the same. You want to, instead of holding your Thirst for a Spectral, you just pop it right after your throw. So you'll Frenzy Throw, Thirst, and then Furious into Spectrals. And then you'll Assault until your Frenzy Throw runs out, and then you'll go into your Blades of Chaos, and then into Spectral to start marking your weakness points. Just make sure that every time you have the ability to use your Spectral to add a weak point, you do. If everything's on cooldown, you can Blades to give yourself a little bit more time to hopefully get your Spectral on cooldown more. Because there is that like cast time that it has. So it can roll your cooldowns a little bit more to get your Spectral back in line. But that is pretty much it for the PvE rotation. You just want to Frenzy Throw and Thirst off cooldown. Make sure you're Spectraling to add weakness points, and make sure you prioritize Furious Attack or Spectral on your reds, and that's it. For ultimates, I run the Potion, the Sprint, and Trembling Strike, or Smoke Bomb, or Break Free. The Smoke Bomb is good for mobs that like walk towards somebody, like the small green Chimeras and the Synthesis Doctor fight. You can pop it on them and they're slowed by 50%. Helps the healers not have to run as far. All that. The Trembling Strike is an interrupt, and Break Free is in particular good for the Arcane Realm that has the Entangle. If you aren't particularly good at avoiding that and you find yourself continually getting stuck in it, Break Free is good for that. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much the build. It is nearly the... Oh, wait, Inscribe. So the Inscribe, I do the recommended build, and then I go into all 3 core abilities to get your Inscribed Stone ability faster. This makes it to where your Inscribed Stone ability charges really fast, and whenever you get Fatunia's Echo, you are healing yourself over time, so you're taking pressure off of your healer as well with it. But for this, you'll pretty much just hit recommended build, and then if you do get extra points, start adding points in like your big crit nodes or nodes that you happen to have a bonus on. For this one, I have 1 point into the cooldown because it sends my cooldown to 10%. And I figure in PvE, why not? Let's get the extra second. The emblems are the same for PvE that I run. It's Overload, Strive, Sprawl, Burst, and Intertwined Fates. If I changed anything, I might change Sprawl and Burst into the Luen's Wishes and the High Energy Potion. Luens makes it to where you get a bonus in Omni. If this is fully leveled and you have all 4 emblem level +1, I believe it's 82%, something. It's around 80% bonus. So you can nearly double your Omni every 30 seconds because High Energy Potion is proccing every 30 seconds. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all that I'm running. That's all that I got going on right now. If you guys have any suggestions or you've seen cooler stuff, definitely let me know. I am having a good time, and hopefully everybody else is too. Hopefully everything was better this time, no sound issues, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.
Oh my God, you are the devil.